Hello everyone. As we know that we have been studying about the subject environment and ecological sustainability. So today is our second lecture. In the first lecture, we have discussed about the definition of environment, scope and importance. So our today topic is the structure and composition of the earth and a hydrosphere. See, by this diagram, what are the various components of the earth, various structure of the earth, right? So first, we shall talk about the lithosphere, that is the top portion. So it is the outer solid portion of the earth consisting of the crust and upper mantle. Crust and upper mantle. We can see in the diagram, the lithosphere has been shown on the top. It acts as the base for supporting continents and basins. Continents means the land part and basin means the bottom of the ocean. Crust is nothing but it is the rocky outermost layer of the earth is called as crust. Oceanic crust, the thin layer of the earth that sits beneath ocean basin, that is the bottom of the ocean. The crust below the ocean is relatively thin, that vary from 8 to 15 kilometer, dense and young, less than 200 million years old because of constant recycling. Continental crust, we can see this is the continental crust part and this is the ocean. So at the bottom of the ocean, we can see the oceanic crust. So continental crust, the thick layer of earth that sits beneath continents. Crust under continent is relatively thick, that varies from 25 to 75 kilometers, light and as old as 3.8 billion years, with new materials being added continuously or continually. Next, we can see the structure of the earth, upper mantle. Upper mantle. Upper mantle is the layer in Earth's mantle between asthenosphere, this is the asthenosphere, and the lower mantle. So in between is called as upper mantle. Lower mantle means it is the bottom layer in the Earth's mantle, closest to the core. Closest to the core, right? Asthenosphere, the region below the lithosphere, right? This is the asthenosphere. It is below the lithosphere, where the rock is less rigid than that above it and below it. Core, what is core? The extremely hot center of the earth, made up of mostly iron, right? The core, this is the core part, outer core or inner core. The core consists of two parts, an outer core and inner. We can see here the distance is also mentioned 6378 kilometer, the center of the earth, that is from the ground surface, right? Similarly, 5100 kilometer, 2900 kilometer. So from the top, the depth is mentioned in kilometer. Now we can see what are the various composition of the earth, right? So earth crust is much like a skin consisting of two types, oceanic and continental. Oceanic crust, normally it consists of basalt with limestone, serpentine and clay. Oceanic crust. This crust is rich in silicon, magnesium plus iron. Whereas continental crust consists of mostly granite and some quartz. Dominant elements are silicon, aluminium, oxygen, potassium, sodium, and calcium. The upper mantle below the asthenosphere is the upper mantle is thought to contain rock such as olivine, peridotite, and garnet. The rest of the mantle consists of other iron-rich rocks. We can see the composition of the core The core is divided into the outer and inner core because of distinction between the state of iron at the depths. Depending upon the iron concentration, iron content, it has been divided into the outer and inner core. And the outer core is the liquid iron Ly. You can see here the outer core is the liquid iron Ly at extremely high temperature flowing molten. The inner core is thought to be solid iron and has been thought to be pure iron. The inner core, however, is solid because of such extreme pressure. So you can see the inner core is in the form of a solid because of extreme pressure. The core is something that scientists can only make hypotheses about it because it is so deep in the earth that no instrument could collect the data, right? The temperature and pressure also so extreme that anything would be destroyed before any data was accumulated. That is the problem. Next, we can see the hydrosphere. What is hydrosphere? All the water on the surface of the earth, the river, streams, lakes, seas, oceans, and groundwater constitutes hydrospheres. 97% of the total water is found in Earth's ocean. Oceans and seas cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface, giving our planets a distinctive blue color when viewed from this space. So, why color? Why Earth looks like blue? Because of the ocean, right? Because 70% of the Earth's surface is 70% of the Earth's surface have water. It is the largest component of the planet's environment. Boundaries of the hydrospheres are more flexible than those of lithosphere. Why the boundary of the hydrosphere is flexible? Because of the season. You can see in the summer season, the operation takes place, right? Because of that, the area becomes low compared to the other season, right? In the rainy season, it will be more, whereas in summer season, it will decrease. So it is flexible. Hydrosphere boundary is the flexible compared to the lithosphere. The interchange of water between the hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere is governed by water cycle, which is also called a hydrologic cycle. So what it says that ever since the planet evolved into water planet, not a single drop of water exists that has not been recycled countless times. That even a single drop of water has moved into the atmosphere countless times because of the hydrologic cycle. Being non-stop in cycling mode is one of the key characteristics of the water component of the Earth environment. It is thanks to the water cycle that the biosphere's ecological integrity is maintained. So this is all about the topic that we have discussed. What is the structure of the earth, its composition, and the next topic was the hydrosphere. So thank you.